Today we're going to be making 3 recipes from southern Italy. This is actually the first time I'm cooking with fresh figs, and I'm really excited about it. But I do have one question, which is why do they only grow wild in the south of Italy? The secret, apparently, is the soil. The mineral content in the soil in the south of Italy is just right for growing figs, whereas the rest of Europe, the soil is either too acidic or too alkaline. You want it to be slightly alkaline. And apparently there's a lot of lime in the south of Italy. They also get more sunshine and warmer temperatures, which makes it easier for the fig trees to grow and produce fruit. For this recipe, you will need 1 pound of fresh figs, 2 cups of water, 1 cup plus 2 tablespoons of sugar, the zest and juice of half a lemon, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 tablespoon of rum, 4 ounces of chocolate, 7 ounces of unsalted butter, cut into cubes, 1 cup of heavy cream, and finally salt and pepper to taste. Now, if you are lucky enough to live near an Italian store, you might find these dried figs. They're called fichi d'India. These are actually from Turkey, but they do sell them in Italian stores. If you can't find those, you can use dried figs that you find in most supermarkets. To make the recipe, add water, sugar, lemon zest, and juice, vanilla extract, and rum to a small saucepan. Bring this to a boil, then reduce heat to low and simmer for 10 minutes. Now add your figs, cover and continue to cook until the figs are very soft, about 20 minutes. Once the figs are soft, remove them from the syrup and set them aside. Increase the heat on the syrup to medium and cook until the syrup is thickening and coats the back of a spoon. Now remove from heat and add the chocolate and butter. Stir constantly until the chocolate has melted and the sauce is smooth. Pour the cream in slowly while continuing to mix until the sauce is thick and glossy. Taste and adjust seasoning with salt and pepper. Add the figs and toss gently to coat them in the chocolate sauce. Serve warm and enjoy. Next up, we're making pasta alla norma. This dish was actually invented by a chef named Nino Franco from the Campania region in Sicily. The name of the dish is actually inspired by an opera by Vincenzo Bellini. Chef Nino Franco was inspired by the colors of the characters in the opera and decided to replicate those colors in a dish. So the green represents the Sicilian countryside, the eggplant represents the character Norma, who is dressed in purple in the opera, and the tomatoes represent the character Polione. He's dressed in red. It's actually quite interesting how food is sometimes inspired by art. If you know of any other examples of this happening, let me know in the comments below. Anyway, back to the recipe. For this recipe, you will need 3 pounds of ripe tomatoes, 1 large eggplant, 2 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar, 1/4 cup of chopped fresh basil, 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, and finally 1 pound of your favorite pasta. To make the recipe, start by cutting the eggplant into cubes. Then add the cubed eggplant to a bowl. Add 1/2 teaspoon of salt and mix well to coat the eggplant. Set aside for 1 hour. After an hour, rinse off the eggplant to remove any excess salt. Pat dry the eggplant with paper towels and transfer it to a plate. Pour 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil over the eggplant and mix well to coat. Heat the oil in a large skillet over medium heat. Add the eggplant and cook, stirring occasionally, until the eggplant is golden brown and almost tender, about 10 minutes. Add the garlic and cook until the garlic is fragrant, about 1 minute. Add the tomatoes, red wine vinegar, basil, salt, and pepper. Bring the mixture to a boil, then reduce heat to low and simmer for 15 minutes. Taste and adjust seasoning. While the sauce is simmering, cook the pasta according to package directions. Drain the pasta and add it to the sauce. Toss to combine. Serve immediately and enjoy. Our last recipe today is actually my favorite, which is spaghetti with mussels and clams. Now, I am not a big fan of seafood, but I love these 2 types of seafood. Mussels and clams are amazing. And what's even better than eating them is opening them. There's something so therapeutic and relaxing about opening mussels and clams. And truthfully, I could spend hours doing this. It's really fun. My dad used to take me fishing when I was young, and I'd spend hours cleaning the fish that we caught. And I think this is the closest thing that I can do to that now. Anyway, for this recipe, you will need 2 pounds of mussels scrubbed and debearded, 1 pound of small clams rinsed and scrubbed, 1/2 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 2 cloves of garlic minced, 1/2 teaspoon of dried oregano, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1/4 cup of dry white wine, 1/2 cup of chicken broth, 1/4 cup of chopped fresh parsley, 1 pound of spaghetti, and finally 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan cheese. Now to open the mussels, you want to place them in a bowl. Cover them with cold water and let them sit for about 2 hours. After 2 hours, drain the water, then discard any open or broken shells. Scrub the remaining mussels with a stiff brush under cold running water to remove any dirt or debris. Using a knife, pry open the shell, but don't cut too deep because you still want the shell intact. Remove the beard by pulling it away from the mussel. Now repeat these steps for all the mussels. I actually have a video on how to properly clean mussels. I'll link that video down in the description below. To cook the clams, you actually want to steam them. Add 1 inch of water to a Dutch oven or pot with a tight-fitting lid. Bring the water to a boil. Add the clams and cover the pot. Reduce heat to low and cook until the clams open, about 8 to 10 minutes. Any clams that don't open during cooking can be discarded. Once the clams are cooked, use a knife to pry them open and remove the clam meat from the shell. Chop the clam meat and set aside. Now to cook the mussels, add olive oil, garlic, and oregano to a large pot or Dutch oven. Cook over medium heat, stirring constantly until the garlic is fragrant, about 1 minute. Add salt and pepper. Add the mussels and cook, stirring occasionally until they open, about 5 to 7 minutes. Discard any mussels that don't open during cooking. Remove the mussels from the pot and set aside. Add the white wine and chicken broth to the pot. Bring the liquid to a boil. Then reduce heat to low and simmer for 5 minutes. Taste and adjust seasoning. Add the chopped clams and parsley and cook until heated through, about 2 minutes. Add the spaghetti and cook until the spaghetti is al dente. Add the mussels and toss to combine. Continue to cook until the spaghetti is tender and the mussels are heated through. Serve immediately with Parmesan cheese. Enjoy.